What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning to another episode of Right on Cue podcast. As always, I'm your host, Logan Chestnut, Small Batch Barbecue, aka El Jefe of Right on Cue. Joining me tonight is my barbecue brother. Well, I'm by myself, man. I am totally by myself, guys. Everybody's a busy week, so it's kind of hard to get everybody in the show. But I promise you, my boy Keaton and AJ, and then we'll be making appearances here very soon. But until then, you're stuck with me and me alone. But you know what? That's okay. Uh, dude, my life has been it's been crazy here, man. My daughter is in travel ball, so my schedule. My daughter's in travel ball. She plays rec ball. My son's playing baseball and flag football. So if I'm not working or sleeping, I'm at some kind of ball field. So my life has been crazy, but I still love making time, spending time with you guys, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. On the show tonight, man, I'm super excited. Fresh off a win from famous TV show with Bobby Flay, Barbecue Raw. That's my good buddy, Mr. Bob Trudnak, aka Bobby T, aka Gangster Flavor. I have to check on that one. I think I messed that one up, but I'm sure he'll correct me on that if I screwed that up. But uh, anyways, man, guys, I'm so excited to have him on. I always love talking to Bobby. His schedule obviously is crazy and mine's crazy. So whenever I get to hang out and talk with him, it's always a pleasure. So without further ado, I know you love hearing my voice, but I want to bring on the arm candy, as they say, of the show, man. So thank you guys, and let's welcome Mr. Bobby T. What's up, Bob?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man? Hey, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, man. I know, especially since the show. I mean, before you're all over the country and all over the world, but I know after the show, you are a hot ticket item, my boy. So
I
thank you.
know it. I
Yeah,
know it. Thanks, man.
you good.
I'm always thrilled to be on your show, Logan.
Oh man, love you, buddy. Uh, so how's life been, man? How's life? Family, everybody doing good?
Everybody's doing great. Things are busy. People are calling, scheduling me for all kinds of events. This summer, the fall. So it's very exciting. Working on some new products coming out soon. Can't really discuss them, but I have a couple new seasonings. And they're going to be exciting and unique, and we're working on those, and still trying to get the sauces and rubs into grocery stores around the country. That's a big press for us, and just trying to get it all done,
Dude,
enjoying the win.
I feel like you're like my schedule, except for instead of baseball and softball, it's just barbecue, man.
That's true. And I had those days, man, when my kids were little. They're 25 and 20 now, but when those kids were younger, man, they both played basketball, baseball, everything you can imagine. So
Oh my God, dude, it's heat out here. I don't know how it is in Pennsylvania, but and the heat out here in Tennessee is just like I walk outside and I'm breathing hot soup. I mean, that's why I
yeah,
feel like it's miserable out there, especially on the dirt and stuff. Oh, so bad,
yeah.
so bad.
We got a little bit of a break here this week. It's like in the low 80s, which is nice,
Oh,
but we had those 90 and 100-degree days for a while. It was rough.
have y'all? It's been super rainy this summer for you guys, dude. Because I'm not kidding you. I'm starting to feel British over here. Like I mean, beans and toast, because it's this whole summer. It's rained 3 days a week, at least 3 to 4 days a week this entire summer.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well, we actually have some, rain clouds coming in, but it hasn't been like super rainy. No, we've have to water the garden every night.
Man, you gotta keep making them videos, man. But
I know.
all right, all right, Bob, man. I mean, everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to have you answer some questions for the show, man. Congratulations, first off, man. I know me and my family were watching you and cheering
Thanks.
you guys on every single week. It was I know when you told me you were going to be on the show, I was so stoked because we had talked about at Deer Camp how I always thought you were going to be, if you were made it on one of these Food Network or kind of Netflix shows, that you would just dominate. And lo and behold, I called Miss Cleo and I called her, man. You took it home, man. How awesome was that?
It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And I'm glad you had confidence in me because
I do, man.
I went through every emotion every day, just like all the brawlers did, and it was very tough. It was the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life.
That's awesome. I mean, you had a stacked field. It's not like they gave you a bunch
Oh
of
yeah.
cupcakes and like a bunch of easy cooks. I mean, there's some world class chefs and cooks on that show, and also pit masters. Man, y'all had some studs. What was kind of
100%.
yeah? What was kind of your? Because I'm sure, like when you figured out you were going to be on the show and whatnot, did they tell you kind of the other contestants, or did they kind of keep you in the dark until you kind of got there, or when they announced it, or how'd that go?
They wouldn't tell us. They kept us in the dark until the day we got there. And they said that there's a meeting with the producers. I got there. It was in October. They filmed in October.
Right.
So I had to hold this information this whole time. But we got there and people start gathering in the lobby and we start asking questions. Are you here for the barbecue brawl? And some of them said yes, some of them said no. And then we got into this conference room and we just met everybody for the first time. They went through the rules, they went through the scenario, and then everybody went around the table and said who they are, what their history is, and it was impressive. And I was getting nervous.
Right,
James
man.
Beard nominated chefs, restaurateurs, fine dining. You hear all this stuff, recipe creators, and I was like, oh, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, I mean, you're a confident guy. I know you're a confident guy and you're confident in your cooking abilities, but I'm sure even you were like, man, woo, when they started like saying who your competition is and whatnot like that in
Yeah.
your head, like who was one that you were kind of looking out for in the first, when it first started off, where you're like, man, it's gonna be tough.
Well, first, I didn't know anybody. It's
Sure.
not like I went in and knew of this person or that person. I did know of Tim McLaughlin, Lockhart
Sure.
Barbecue
Texas.
originally. Yeah. So I knew he was going to be a tough one because he's fine dining and then restaurateur barbecue. So the guy's got it all. And everyone else is just, I didn't know what I was up against, but they all seemed very experienced and very knowledgeable. And at that point, I had to kind of forget about my competition and focus on myself. And I know my skill set, I know what I can do. And I just had to, tap into that every episode, every day.
I got you, man. I know you got your products, and you're always trying to find a way to promote. It's all about promotion, especially when you're an entrepreneur and you own your own business. That's
Yeah.
networking and advertising is one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah.
What was like? What made you want to like? Did you audition for the show, or did they ask you to kind of? What was kind of your process on this whole thing?
I just got a phone call one day out of the blue back in last August. And I didn't even answer the phone. It's a New York number. And I just thought it was spam because I do get spam calls from New York.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw that there was a voicemail and I listened to it. It was a casting agent and she threw some information out there that seemed legit. So I called her back and she said, can you get on a interview tomorrow? It's going to be about an hour or so. We want to just, get your personality on here and then we'll let you know if we're going to move forward. I said, yeah, let's do it. So we got on the call the next day and we just chatted it up about who I am, my history, all the experience. And she's like, great, loved it. We'll call you back if we're going to take it further. And they did. And I went through several phone calls. I went through this culinary call to see, what I know about like the equipment they're using and just culinary skills in general. That didn't take more than 15, 20 minutes. And then I found out like a week before you're on the show.
That's I love how like they keep everybody in the dark based on who I talked to before, a couple
Right.
other contestants, and they're like, yeah, okay, well, what's your tomorrow looking like? You're like, I guess I guess it's okay. I have nothing now.
Yeah. You make time for stuff like this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, this as a like when you're going into this, where you're like, hey, this is going to be great exposure, or you're like, hey, I'm excited to kind of show my worth. I mean, as a business owner, I talked to Tung, and he was like, awesome, I'm going to show all my sauces and get it out on national TV. Is that kind of something in your head, kind of you're thinking, or are you just like, man, this is what an honor, and I'm just going to go in there and kick butt, like, because you're seasoned barbecue competition pro. So the competition side of it shit is not probably as scary to you. But like, what was your mindset going into this kind of competition?
My mindset, I was very excited. Just happy to be called and happy that they wanted me on the show. I can show my skills on, a national television show.
Mhm.
And then there was the exposure for the company, the business, the products, definitely. So all around, just excitement for me and my company. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
and the
I
nerves
mean,
kicked in. There's a fly in here. I'm gonna kill that son of a bee. Um, it was just all these emotions start kicking in.
yeah. How'd Mama T take it?
She
Was
was
she, was she
very excited for me.
yeah, because you were gone for what, a month?
It was about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three
down
weeks.
down in Texas.
I mean, you travel a lot as it is. I know Mama
Yeah,
T. Oh, she's kind of used to your schedule, but
yeah.
that's awesome. It's good they didn't have it. Well, how was the weather down in Texas? Was it pretty decent,
Hot.
or was it still?
It was
Yeah,
very
that's what they said.
just like you described Tennessee. It was like it was in the 90s. It was sweltering. It was on the ranch is a lot of like dry dirt, and then you
Right,
have
it's Texas.
open fire all around you.
Hmm.
So there were hot days. We lived on coconut water and fresh fruit and yogurt and
Yeah, how was the spread? Obviously, you guys cooked some amazing food for the judges, but what was the spread like for the contestants, man? I'm sure they catered all the food and whatnot and had some good food. Well, surely it wasn't barbecue. Tell me it wasn't barbecue they provided for you guys, because I'm sure none of y'all want to eat that.
yeah. One day they actually did have La Barbecue um, for lunch. I didn't eat. I mean, I barely ate when I think I lost 15 pounds on that show in 3 weeks.
Looking
But they
slim,
would put
buddy.
out a big breakfast every morning. They would put out a lunch every day, and then we would just go to the hotel bar restaurant at night and grab a bite. So as much food as they put out, I ate very little. And they had all kinds of fun snacks for us and all that. But I don't know. I was just too nervous to eat.
Now, in between this tapings, I mean, obviously you have a Rolodex of recipes and kind of stuff going in your head, but going into the contest, did you start putting like stuff, building your roster up in your head, to burn through, like, hey, I'm going to save this recipe for kind of later on the show, or did you kind of make it all up on the fly?
You don't know what you're going to be cooking, so
Sure. Well,
there's
I mean,
there's
barbecue though. It's like barbecue meats. You're gonna be cooking ribs at some point, chicken at some point, some sort of beef at some point.
yeah, but the pantry was there was a lot of stuff in the pantry, but it was limited. You had to fight for it. I mean, that's why they call it a brawl. So yeah, there might be like 3 or 4 racks of ribs in the pantry for one challenge, and if you don't get it, you have to find something else.
I
Um,
got you.
so it's not like everybody had to cook ribs or everybody had to cook chicken. It was like whatever you can grab a hold of. And then there
Mhm.
were episodes where it was more themed towards something. So that's when we had access to more stuff. Um, you know, I've worked very hard for the last 6 or 7 years. Once I left the corporate world and start working on building our company, I put a lot of time into grilling and international sauces and flavors and doing a lot of whole fish and doing a lot of lamb. And not that I haven't done that in the past, but I just focused more on it, more elegant
Mhm.
dishes.
Yeah.
And if you look at my Instagram, you'll see that over the last 6 or 7 years. So I didn't. There wasn't anything I was scared to cook unless it was something crazy like sheep balls or something like that. But
Hey,
luckily I
deep
didn't
fried
have
them things are good.
luckily I didn't have to do that.
I got you, man. I got you. Well, I mean, some amazing sauces. That piri piri sauces and that mint sauce you have is one of my all time favorites.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got some stuff like that. So I mean, I guess you got your rubs that and you got some sauces, and then you just fill in the protein and kind of plug and play what works with what. Is that kind of how you approached it?
Yeah, I knew that I was gonna. So I have my alpha rub, I have my garlic butter, I
Mm,
have my chipotle garlic butter, I have my seven bones. I know how to make those from scratch. I know how to make my peaches and brown sugar sauce from scratch, my original sauce, my bourbon sauce. So the first thing I did once I realized what protein I was going to cook that day was start to make my rubs. I made everything from scratch. I couldn't bring like my bottles of sauce and rub, obviously. So I started making my alpha rub from scratch. I would make my chipotle garlic butter in certain episodes, make my peaches and brown sugar sauce for the finale. Like I knew I was going to make stuff like that. And then was it going to be a chimney? Was it going to be a piri piri? I had a couple of different pestos up my sleeve, and I had a lot in up here that I knew I could do, and I was just kind of waiting for opportunities to do different things.
I got you. Well, I mean, it makes total sense because I mean, you're a versatile chef, and just like it seems like it's a theme, on the show. They say barbecue brawl, but really, it's more like just a live fire cooking competition. It's I don't foresee it more like they say barbecue brawl, or you think competition barbecue cooking, but it's more. I say, would you agree? It's more probably live fire versus barbecue, like per
It, it,
se,
it-
when it comes to like
it's a
traditional
good
barbecue
mix.
competition.
It's a good mix. I mean, if you look at the finale, we had to do brisket and pork and two
Mm-hmm.
sides. It was very like more traditional barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of grilling, smoking. Those judges wanted to taste the smoke. They wanted to taste the char. So there's a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
both there. Yeah, live fire, but in a little more elegant way, with your sauces and your appearance and, side dishes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it all categories under barbecue, but yeah, it's not your KCBS barbecue.
No, absolutely. So let's talk about the initial cook, right? Whenever they're doing essentially the draft for all the
Y-
teams,
Yeah.
uh, you know, did that kind of make you have flashbacks of like getting picked, lining up and getting picked for your teams for kickball or something like that back in school? Whenever
Yes.
they would do, they would
Oh
do,
God.
1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and you're sitting here
Yeah.
like,
That was probably the most nerve-wracking episode because we knew we had to make a barbecue bowl, right?
mm-hmm,
So a bowl of some sort with, at least one protein, five ingredients, and Bobby Flay and Manit and Brooke and the judges are all gonna, or at least those three are going to taste your food. You're meeting them for the first time. They're going to taste your food and pick you or not pick you based on this bowl of ingredients that you put together in 30 minutes. And I had asked for um, lamb, like rack of
mm-hmm,
lamb, but I wanted it boneless. I wanted like the loin. Well, I got tenderloin, which is much smaller.
mm-hmm,
So lamb tenderloins are like almost like deer, like the inner loins of the deer. They're very small.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I knew this wasn't going to be, a 20-minute cook. This was going to be a 5-minute cook.
Right.
So, I mean, I didn't have much time left at all when I threw them on the grill. And I just kind of seared them on both sides, sliced them, and laid them on top. And I made a nice rice bowl. And I did some, what did I do? I did some roasted peppers and I did some chimichurri. I wanted them to see my chimichurri because everybody loves
Mm-hmm,
that. And then I put that grilled lamb on top, and it was like delicious. But they don't talk to you about it because they don't want each other to know what they're thinking to see who
mm-hmm.
they're going to choose. So they don't say anything about it. They don't say whether they like it or not.
I
And then you
got you.
kind of
Yeah, it
find
was.
out afterwards.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like you see Master Chef or something like that. I watch a lot of competition cooking shows on Food Network, and they walk around, they taste a little bit, they just give you like a straight poker face, and you're like, oh
Right.
god, you're
Yeah.
you're trying to read like the micro expressions and like,
Yeah.
oh, did they like me? Does this and that? And I'm sure you like start second guessing yourself the whole way through as well.
Right. Well, it didn't come out till later in one of the other episodes. I was cooking salmon, and and I was thrilled to get the salmon. I was hoping to get salmon because I cook a lot of salmon. And I said to Brooke, what sauce do you think I should go? Here's all the different sauces I could do with salmon. What do you think? And she goes, I tried your chimichurri in that bowl. It's spot on. Do it. So that was my feedback, like all those episodes later. So that's when I did the grilled orange chimichurri with the salmon. It was really delicious.
It's so good. I literally made that exact. Well, I tried my. I didn't do the Bobby T version. I did the Logan C version of it. So not maybe probably not quite as good, but the grilled orange and the serrano pepper, it was different than kind of what I'll usually do.
Yeah.
And it was really good, man. My family loved it. My son's
Good.
obsessed with salmon now, so
That's
he's
awesome.
yeah, he was super excited. So this is he always called you Barbecue Bob. He's like,
Yeah.
this is Mr. Bob or Barbecue Bob's salmon. He goes, it's really good, it's really good. So
I love it.
it was great to see, man. Great to see.
Good.
Well, that's cool, man. So which challenge on the show really kind of pushed you out of your comfort zone? Like, which one were you like most worried about, and then which one were you kind of disappointed in yourself, or you thought you could have done better if you could have gone back?
God, I don't know which pushed me out of my comfort zone. I mean, I was always, well, I'll tell you what, I forget what episode it was, but we had to listen to a country song. And in the country song, there were lyrics, and they described two different proteins and two side dishes.
Yeah,
Turned
that's the
out to
third
be
one.
turned out to be ribs, turkey, beans, and potato salad. So I think we had about 3 people per team, or I think everyone kind of had 3 people per team back then, or some people had 4. But one person was cooking ribs, and 2 people on the team were cooking turkey. Well, we had 90 minutes. So I just said, I'll take the ribs. I'll do it. I found the baby backs in there, and I'm going to push myself, and it's going to be way outside my comfort zone to do ribs in 90 minutes plus the side dish.
That's tough.
And I did my ribs in 58 minutes. They were done. And what I did was we had a ceramic grill there, and there was a plate setter, right? So I knew I can do indirect and I get that thing ripping hot. It was 600 degrees when I put the ribs on. And I had the plate setter right under the rack. All I did is I made my garlic butter seasoning. I made the Mad Maddie seasoning, which is the salt, pepper, garlic. There's no sweet to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I dusted the ribs, and I put them on the rack, and then I flipped them. And this was about 25 minutes of this, maybe, yeah, probably 25 minutes of this. And they were getting color so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And there every time I lifted a lid, there's flame shooting around the sides of the plate setter, around that, buffer. And when they got the right color, I got them off, and I wrapped them in beef stock in foil. And the reason I did that is because it was like a Austin weird themed meal, and there was no beef ribs. So I made the pork baby back ribs taste like beef ribs. So it was a very savory rub, beef stock, and I knew those flavors weren't going to burn. I didn't want to add apple juice. I didn't want to add sugar. And in 58 minutes, they were sitting there in foil resting. And about 15 minutes after that, I cut one off for Brooke. And she tasted it, and she goes, "You did that in under an hour?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "What kind of effing barbecue magic you got going on over there?" I'm like, I just got it done. I mean, I cooked these at 600 degrees. It was wild. And they
that
were beautifully tender and juicy and so good. But it was
that's
all that
awesome.
technique that I had to put into it. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Well, I mean that goes to show you though. I mean, you ask any barbecue pit master out there, any competition cook, what protein do you have to baby the most? And
Yeah.
it's always ribs. Ribs can go from 0 to hero and back to 0
Yeah.
really, really quick. I mean, within minutes. And that's at, 290, 300, that's hot and fast for a typical competition cook. A lot of like old
Right.
timers, they'll do 220. And you can kind of like the window's a little bit, it's still small, but it's a little bit bigger. At 600 degrees, I mean, holy crap, dude. Like
Yep.
I would be sweating bullets, like not taking my eyes off these things, having to cook it at that temp. Cause I mean,
I know.
literally seconds, it would ruin it.
I know. And that's why, look, I'm trying to make my beans too. I did my beans that I did in the finale, a little bit different. So I was working on the beans too, but I kept running back over to that ceramic grill. And And then one thing you can't just leave them wrapped, right? Because
Hmm.
the carryover is ridiculous. So I had to
Hmm.
open them up, take them out of the foil, let them cool
Yeah.
down very quickly, so they didn't just dry out or fall apart. You know what I mean? They needed to have texture.
Yeah.
So that was that was definitely the most out of the box thing I've done.
That was probably, I mean, that's probably one of the times where the ice bath actually wouldn't be a terrible idea. You know, a lot of competition cooks, if it's going starting to go over, they dunk it in the ice bath really quick to kind of stop the cook.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, being the master Q like you are, Mr. Bob, you know, you don't need all those little tricks and tips. You just do it by feel and figure it out, right?
I made it happen. Yeah.
You did for
Surprised
sure.
myself.
What was let's talk about the judges. I mean, because you got some monster like super celebrity judges on this show.
Yeah.
The other Bob. Yeah, you got Manit, you got Brooke. Like what was the biggest like tip or trick or something you saw that they did that you're like, man, I'm stealing that, or man, that's awesome. You know, I didn't think about that before.
Well, they were our captains. So Bobby, Manit, and Brooke were captains. And
That's all I
then,
meant. That's all
yeah.
I meant judges. Yeah.
So, I mean, I was with Brooke, right? Brooke was my captain. So I saw a lot of her technique. I didn't really get to see what Bobby was doing, or I saw a little bit of Manit because she was in the station next to us.
Hmm.
But Brooke just had some, really amazing skill set. One of the things she suggested to me was when I was making my potato salad, instead of just chopping the eggs, because I put eggs in my potato salad, she just ran them through like a rib grate, just smash those hard-boiled eggs through the rib grate. And you're still getting all that flavor, but it's much smaller, so you're not biting into just a plain egg white. And I think that was a really smart idea that I took from her, because noticing what the judges were saying to people is, if they bit into a bigger piece of, say potato or
Yeah.
egg white that didn't have a lot of flavor to it, they would kind of mark you down in their head on that. So that was a smart thing. I was making a lot of homemade pickled onions and pickled peppers,
Hmm.
and not always had a lot of time because I was trying to get that done first. But I didn't have enough time, so she's like, grab a vacuum sealer, vacuum seal them, and it will draw that pickling, all those vinegars and everything into those vegetables quicker. Yep, smart idea, great idea. So a lot of that kind of stuff.
I got you. With the captains, I mean, Bobby Flay, Manit, you know, I love Manit. She's probably one of my
I do too.
favorites. Probably because she lives around the Nashville area, or she has restaurants and stuff all around the Nashville area.
Yeah.
And Brooke, so what would you like justify their styles? Like Bobby, I feel like Bobby Flay is, I mean, Bobby Flay is probably one of the top three chefs in the world as far as,
Yeah.
notoriety and skill. And then Brooke's got a lot of West Coast flair. She brings a lot of West Coast flair. Well, and Manit, obviously, she's known for her international flair, specifically a lot of Indian spices and flavors. But she
Yeah.
also, she knows food. She knows region.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Absolutely.
which one of those going in did you hope you were going to be on? I mean, did you hope for the Bob connection right there, the Bobby Flay, Bobby C?
That was hard to say. Like, of course, I wouldn't be disappointed with having Bobby Flay. I wouldn't be disappointed with any of them, honestly.
No, they're all
Um,
monsters.
but I watched Brooke a lot before, like in the last year or two, and I knew she
Mhm.
was, just very, very skilled and coming into this with like as a brand new captain, like really fighting hard to want to win this thing. So
Mhm.
I was kind of hoping I got Brooke, and then when she picked me, I was thrilled.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, Brooke, she's always been a great judge. She has a great palate for flavor, and then
Yeah.
bringing those expertise to her team. Although, unfortunately, it was kind of a mind flip. It's like when y'all first start off, your team got hit pretty hard and heavy. You
Yeah.
lost a couple. I lost a couple pretty soon. Like, what was your mindset when you kept losing challenges and stuff like that? Like, what was the team's kind of like mindset going into it? I'm sure
Uh,
Brooke was pissed.
Yeah, we were just like, oh my gosh, we're dropping like flies here. And I don't know, like Vinny was the first one out, and I felt really bad for him. He's a very good cook, and I felt, he just needed a chance to, keep on going. So that hurt pretty good. And then when we lost Raquel, I was in shock because Raquel is very, very skilled, excellent cook. And she was for a few episodes, she was like kind of mothering us a little bit, right? And so she was great. I was shocked when she left. And then it was down to Morgan and I. And Morgan and I had a talk and just said, we have to figure this out. We got to do this. We got to cook our asses
Mhm.
off. And then that's when we really bonded and started working very hard together to try to do the best we can do every single time.
Awesome. I mean, y'all did a great job. And what was it? Because y'all had some contest and Brooke won, and I love seeing your face. They had the contest, and Brooke. Well, no, Brooke didn't win, but Brooke, there was a luxury items. That's what it was. It was a luxury item with the mentors competed against each other, and they got to go up and pick luxury items. And Bobby and Monique kept answering the questions. I remember I was answering the questions, and they went up and Brooke grabbed what she grabbed caviar
Yes.
and
Fennel
something
pollen
else. Yeah, fennel pollen. Yeah, it
and
was
the
so like
salmon.
yeah. What were you thinking like whenever she like because you only had like three luxury items and some of the other teams had more. Like what were you
Yeah.
thinking when she was grabbing like caviar and fennel pollen and stuff like that? Did that kind of throw you off, or in your head were you like, what the heck am I going to do with this?
Caviar threw me off a little bit, even though I know, like, the way I think is caviar salt textured, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So we use that as a salt. Um, Fennel pollen, I had no idea what it was before Brooke introduced it to me. So when we got it over there and I was tasting it and she was suggesting ways to use it, I really enjoyed it. I actually put it into my rub as a component, and it worked out well. They loved it. Salmon, I was very comfortable with,
Sure.
and you know, and I think Morgan even definitely used the fennel pollen on her dish. And
Hmm.
then I just kind of topped my salmon with the caviar at the end. It was just again, a
Well,
finishing salt, basically.
accoutrement. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I I
So
got you.
I was good with it.
I got you. What is one thing on the show that you wish you would have got to cook that you didn't get to? Is there something that you wish you could have displayed, on another protein, maybe, or another style that you didn't get to show on the show, like display on the show?
I was waiting for brisket and pork the whole time. I got it at the end. I did get to do ribs. I got to do wings. I got to do my competition chicken thighs. I did a bunch of fish, which I love cooking fish. I did shrimp. I did lamb. I did duck. I think I did everything I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
no, I don't think there's anything. I pretty much did it all.
yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, everything looked delicious. What is one thing that you saw either your teammate make or somebody on another team made that really impressed you, or was like, man, that looks really, really good?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people impressed me. It was tough to see what everybody was cooking. I didn't get to taste everybody's food. You're in different stations. They're doing their own thing. You're focused on yourself. So I saw Morgan's food more than anybody's food. And she did these beautiful like steaks over the live fire that were just off the chain. Her desserts were delicious. Those blueberry muffins, like
Oh, they look
biscuits,
so
those
good.
blueberry
Yeah.
biscuits, even though she said she wasn't happy with them, they were outrageously good. I think she did a banana pudding that was
Oh,
ridiculous. Yeah. I can't,
yeah.
that's the one thing is like, I would probably struggle a little bit more with desserts than some of these
Yeah.
people. Yeah, I can get it done. I can do cobblers and things like that. And, that's not a problem. But, some of the things that Morgan did from scratch from her head was like wild. So she always had great food. She made mahamara, which is like a Middle Eastern, like a dip almost.
Hmm.
Delicious, delicious. She made some homemade sausages that were outrageous. Tong was putting up beautiful food. I didn't get to see a whole lot of what everybody else was doing. Um,
Hmm.
Chris cooked some great food. I didn't get to taste it all.
I got you. It
Yeah,
seems like on these shows, the more kind of outside the box that you go, it's either huge reward or huge risk. It's never in between.
it's
A lot of some of the different contestants on there had more of a non-traditional background. Can we say? I think that's fair to say.
sure.
More so like Tongue. Obviously, Tongue knows barbecue inside
Yeah,
and out. He's been working with Cosmos for a long time, but he has a lot of the Asian flair to his repertoire.
yeah,
Fantastic cook. And then you had, my boy your boy up north. Unfortunately, he lost early on, so he didn't get to display kind of his talents. And
hmm,
of all things on a wing contest, that shocked me the most, man. I was like a guy from like Buffalo area, losing to Buffalo wings. It was weird or unfortunate. And,
yeah.
and, and then I'd be like you're losing on Italian, contest something like that. It'd be crazy. Oh
Yeah,
man.
it was tough, man. Those judges were tough.
And speaking of Italian, I mean, wow, what's her name? I mean, she looked like she was,
Edith.
fresh, Edith, fresh from the coast, man. I was like, man, I expect some of the other contestants on there. She was kind of the wild card, man. What was kind of your experience with her? Like, she was like diehard Italian, and seemed like she wasn't used to some of the more American flavors. Because over in Italy, like they don't season as heavy as we do.
Right. I think that was the biggest thing is maybe some of the wording that they used that she didn't understand. And then it had to be explained to her, which is if I was going and doing a show in Italy, it'd be the same thing. You'd have to explain it to me. And then yeah,
Yeah.
I think they just have much milder. They let the proteins and the
Hmm.
food do the talking. Salt, peppers, keep it simple. So, and these judges wanted flavor. They wanted big bursts
Hmm.
of flavor and char and smoke, and you
Hmm.
had to give it to them. So that was probably what she struggled with the most, and I felt bad for her. It was emotional, but then when she got to that bottom elimination round, she started kicking everybody's butt.
Oh man,
Right?
yeah, dude. She was the elimination queen. She just like
Yeah, when she
no,
was under pressure, she got it done.
I said she literally sent a guy from New York home on a Buffalo Wing challenge.
I
I
know.
mean, I mean, I hate it
Yeah,
for him, but that was a flex if I've ever seen one. I mean, that's like beating
exactly.
Aaron Franklin at brisket. It
Right.
just
Right.
it's hard to do. But yeah, it was definitely more of an international flair, and it was kind of cool seeing all the different uh approaches that they take to barbecue. Because you travel all over
Absolutely.
the world. You've gone to South America a lot. You've done over in Saudi Arabia, right? Or no, you
Well,
Emirates.
I've been
Where'd
to
you
the
go?
United Arab Emirates twice,
Yeah,
Abu
Emirates.
Dhabi,
Yeah,
Qatar, El
sure.
Salvador, South Korea. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So like,
so yeah, you've been all over, and barbecue means different things to different areas.
yep.
What has been one of your kind of favorite experiences you've seen with more international flavors and international barbecue versus traditional American style barbecue?
There's just it's live fire is so popular in the States right now, but live
Hmm.
fire has been barbecue in a lot of these countries forever. That's what it is. That's what barbecue is.
Hmm.
Is starting with wood splits, burning them down to coals, moving them left and right, raising Santa Maria style cooking, or just that's a normal thing around the world. And we're used to the lower, slower, close the lid, kind of wrap everything,
Hmm.
traditional barbecue. So, I mean, I have an appreciation for all of it, and I have a Santa Maria grill here. I'm gonna have a live fire table soon. I've got the wood fired, pizza ovens and the drum cookers and all that. So, um, I appreciate all of it. And I love cooking all of it, but I love cooking live fire because I love the interactiveness. I love the showmanship.
Hmm.
That's very exciting to me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we talk about offsets that people always go immediately to fire management, right? Fire management is such a huge key in that type of cook. but it's even more so when it comes to live fire cooking because it's literally you're taking out the deflector. It's right on the coals, right on live fire, and it's even more so. It shows your fire management skills.
Right.
It is I feel like there's been a revelation when it comes, like you said, in American competition cooking, or you see it more on TV even about all the barbecue shows are leaning more towards um, live fire. Live fire has been this huge thing. It was big in Memphis in May. Honestly, I know you had a great experience in Memphis in May. Congratulations, being on Heath Riles' team. I mean, it was a wonderful time. But the live fire, I mean, would it be fair to say, because I would say so, the live fire sec portion of Memphis in May, as far as the public was concerned, kind of stole the show.
Oh, I guess I didn't spend much time over there. I was,
Yeah, he had you working hard, but man, if you walking over there and seeing all the international teams and seeing all the different setups and I mean there was some awesome like live fire like setups over there, and the food looked amazing.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a crowd pleaser. What is
awesome.
What is it you think that invites, like, it's that so popular with the live fire, with, because that's one thing that's been lacking in competition cooking, especially like more traditional KCBA, CBA, IBCA, all that stuff. It's especially for
in the gateway drum, right? And just let them cook and sizzle. And then I braise them in a pan with some beef stock to make pulled beef. I have chicken.
But it's they're so fun and it's so interactive, and I love, like you said, I love seeing hanging meats and hanging vegetables. Like at the Memphis in May, they're hanging tomahawks and stuff like that, and hanging all kinds of vegetables and lobsters and stuff. I would have never thought to do, but it's so cool to get that actual. You can't replicate it, the sizzle, the fat drippings on coals, which come back up. It's just, I feel like that's why can cookers kind of exploded on the scene as well, because you get that nice sizzle and stuff like that.
Exactly. I mean, you don't see people standing around a gas grill drinking beer and you don't do that. But you can with this, especially in the cooler months, right? It kind of like doubles as a fire pit. It warms you as you're cooking. Pretty wild.
Absolutely. All right, man. I want to go back to kind of the show. What was something that kind of surprised you about TV? You've been on TV and stuff like that before, but what's something like TV magic that you saw on the show that kind of impressed you? It was kind of like, oh, that's kind of how they do it.
Oh, just the sheer number of people on set was unbelievable. The cameramen and women, holy cow, there was a ton, a lot more cameras than I expected. The amount of just the producers, the medics, like if you had an issue, you just say medic because you're all wearing mics. Whether you need, some coconut water because you're starting to feel dehydrated, or, if it cut a finger or whatever. The amount of people that pay attention and are right there to help you when you need help is amazing. Very efficient. Everything's very efficient. And that's pretty much what surprised me the most.
I got you. Outside of Bronda's tumble and fall, was there any other and it was unfortunate because, I mean, if you lose because your food got beat, that's one thing. But if you lose because of injury, I know that's going to haunt her for a long time.
I know.
Because she started to seem like she was cooking at that point. But was there any other injuries that you saw outside of maybe that we saw on the show, or was there everybody a little nick here and there, but that's about it?
Yeah, maybe a cut finger here and there. Nothing really major.
Nothing too crazy. What is one thing, because obviously not everything makes the show, because otherwise the show would be 8 hours long. What is one thing that did make the show that it was memorable for you? And that hasn't happened yet, so Bob must still be on the show.
The only thing I burned to a crisp was I was making some candied pecans. And I had them on the Weber kettle. And I was actually making them to just share as a little snack, with everybody in the finale. Yeah. And then I tasted how good they were, and I put them in a little bowl, and I actually put them on my finale dish. But the first round of pecans I forgot about because they stopped us to talk, and I forgot I had them on there, and they burnt to a crisp. They were almost on fire. So I did throw them away. So maybe they were showing some of that.
I got you.
But
I got you.
I don't think I didn't burn up any proteins that I know of.
I got you. All right, man. Let's talk about post show. It's been a while. Obviously the show's been over for you for what we're going on 9 months, but the show just wrapped up on TV Land here recently.
Yeah.
How is like winning, this competition kind of changed your life, or what opportunities has come of it, and personally and also professionally?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely helped give me confidence, more confidence. Hasn't quite changed my life yet. I'm still waiting for that to happen. I'm just, I'm getting more. The average, like the people that are now following me, the following on social media has gone way up. And everybody, 99.9% of people are so kind. And, I get all these great messages on all my social media and from my friends and family and people I went to high school with who I haven't talked in years are congratulating me and reaching out. So that's a wonderful thing. And I'm hoping this can lead to me getting into more stores with my sauces and seasonings. That's my goal for my business. So we're working on that, and I don't know, it was just a great experience that I'll never forget for the rest of my life, and I'm ready to do more. I want to do more.
No, I mean, I think you're made for it, man. You're made for TV. Your personality and stuff. I mean, I mean, universal. I know I always kid with you, but universally, everybody I talk to that knows you, or I've never heard many negative things at all ever, if ever, said about you. It's like you're such a kind and genuine person, and you're a hell of a chef, and obviously you're fun to be around. So, I mean, I definitely. So you see on TV, like some personalities kind of pop more so than others.
Yeah.
When it comes to big personalities like you and Tongue, I feel like were some of the top personalities on the show that really kind of stood out. And I definitely see a future where maybe they'll bring you back as a judge or something, or you kind of do that kind of role, because God, that'd be the dream for me, man. I know our friend Mo's on the show right now. He's getting the judge and getting paid to eat amazing food. I said, man, that's like I don't know where I sign up for that gig, but I missed that, and I missed that on trade day there in high school. But
yeah, right. He's doing great on that show.
Absolutely. But I definitely see some more of that kind of stuff in your future, and also your rubs and sauces, like you said, definitely need to be more widespread out there. So all you big box stores, man, get on it. Because I just ran out of Alpha Rub, and I used your buffalo sauce last night on some buffalo chicken bowls, and holy crap, it's so good. That was a little blue cheese. That little blue cheese on top crumbles. Oh, stupid. But yeah, man, I love all your rubs and sauces, especially your Alpha Rub. Like, of all your products that you have, which one did you use the most on the show? Like, which one did you make and use the most on most of the show?
I made my Alpha Rub almost every day, and I made Mad Maddie's garlic butter almost every episode. And then I did a Chipotle, and then I did the 7 Bones beef rub when I had some beef or lamb. But it was the Alpha Rub was what I made the most. And then I would make my original barbecue sauce, and then I would tweak that to either make the peaches and brown sugar. I did an apricot and Fresno chili barbecue sauce at one point. When I made that blueberry chipotle barbecue sauce, that was my original sauce with fresh blueberries and chipotle peppers and adobo, blended in. So probably my original sauce and Alpha Rub were what I use the most.
Yeah, I want to need that raspberry sauce next time you come to deer camp. Whenever you
the blueberry chipotle, yeah,
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that to happen at deer camp.
I'm hoping I can bottle that shortly too. But in the meantime, we'll definitely have it at deer camp. It's going to be delicious. We'll do some, I mean, we could do whatever you want with it, but it's good on almost everything. It's great on chicken. It's great on pork. It's good on lamb.
I mean, dude, that's the thing about your sauce is it goes on so many different things. Like your rubs, there's because some rubs, in the market, they're excellent on single protein or kind of a limited thing. Your rubs are more universal. They go on not just one. You didn't kind of, maybe the seven bones kind of more red meat heavy. But besides that, I mean, the rest of them are just they go so widespread on everything. It's so good. I'll use your garlic chipotle on damn near everything. Your lemon, you don't talk about that as much, but the lemon, was it lemon garlic butter or what is it?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I literally stole a bunch. I didn't steal. I texted you. I took them, but I did. I took a bunch of that, man. We've been burning through it. It's so good on seafood, chicken, just everything, man. All your rubs are amazing. Big, huge fan, especially that buffalo sauce. Because I mean, a lot of people like they kind of go cheap or they kind of make ways for the margins and stuff. But your stuff, I mean, it's not cheap to make. You admit it to me yourself, and you use quality ingredients and whatnot. And it definitely shows in the products themselves because they're so like my wife. She's like we used to use Frank's hot sauce. When it comes to wings and stuff. I mean, it's not bad. It's just very hard and really spiked or has a bite to it. I was like, oh no, I got a bottle of Bob's left, and we put that on there, and holy crap, it's like it's like your secret hot sauce, man. Not a lot of people to have. Not a lot of people that got to have that. I was lucky to get a bottle, but man, that stuff. I put that stuff on eggs, everything.
I love it. I'm actually making more. I have probably 10 or 11 pepper plants in the garden right now.
Oh,
and I'll be making much more. I already have the bottles ready to go. I'll be making a ton more hot sauce, so I'll make sure you get some.
Absolutely, man. It's so good. And then, of course, your not just barbecue stuff. You didn't get to display it on the show as much, but man, and this guy's pizza stuff is fantastic too. Italian, your Italian seasoning. I put that crap on anything. I mean, on everything. When it comes to bread, it comes to in spaghetti. I mean, they're like, "How's this?" My wife's like, "How's your spaghetti taste so much better when you make it than mine?" I'm like, "Cause I dumped I dumped the shit out of that rub on."
I put it in my meatballs. I put it in my sauce when I'm making my homemade sauce. It goes on.
Oh, it's excellent, man. And the pizza, man, I use that. You use the grated Parmesan cheese. I use Bobby T's pizza. It's pizza seasoning, I guess technically, but I mean anything Italian, it's just it's awesome.
Good.
Well, Bob, man, I absolutely. But dude, I love talking to you, and I miss you, and I wish I got to see you more often. Although I haven't got to see you here more, I think, this year than the last couple of years.
I think so.
I keep running into you. But I always love talking to you. I always love hanging out with you. Sorry if I annoyed you a little too much at the Memphis in May, but I just enjoy talking to you.
You were completely fine, man. You were great. It was great seeing you.
I mean, it was so funny, man. On Heath's team, I mean, I had you, my buddy Hess. I mean, a lot of good barbecue friends in one area, and y'all are close to us. I'm like, all right. So that was cool to get to go there.
We had a blast. Love seeing everybody there.
So fun, man. And you guys weren't the only people who got a trophy, man. We got a little hardware ourselves, but I was so mad I had to leave before I got to walk on stage to get. But my daughter was getting baptized the next day, so that takes precedence over
absolutely
a barbecue competition, even in Memphis in May. But it was cool. That whole Memphis in May experience was our first year, and we did it as bare bones as possible. Like we didn't have the nice fancy setup like you guys have, but it's such a cool experience and something that I feel like it needs to be on your bucket list if you're a barbecue competitor, just a barbecue lover. I mean, Memphis in May is definitely one of the. I mean, it's a different monster. That Houston Rodeo and maybe the Royal can compete with it, or the Jack and notoriety.
Yeah,
man, it was so fun. So fun to see everybody. So fun to see a lot of people from the show made it down to Memphis in May. So I loved all that. But dude, I can't wait to see what's coming out here soon. You're going to have to let me know what whenever your new stuff drops, because I wanna buy some and get some try it out.
I'll send some your way. I'm very excited about it. It's very unique and different than what everybody else is doing.
Oh well, hey, that's even more exciting, man. I can't wait, dude. But all right, Bob, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I know you're a busy man. I look forward to all your future endeavors and love you to death. And hopefully, I'll see you this year at Deer Camp, man.
I'll be there. And don't forget, check out my Instagram at Bobby T BBQ. My YouTube channel, Cooking with Bobby T, and my website where you can get my sauces and rubs, bobtrognackbbq.com.
And make sure to go to your local big box stores and like, hey, where can I get this Bobby T stuff, this Alpha Rub that I keep hearing about, man?
If you guys are in the Midwest, they carry 9 of my products in Fleet Farm.
So check it out, guys. Other Publix, Kroger's, we need you to step your game up. Walmart, I mean,
Let's go.
I've seen some of the crap you guys put on the shelves, man. Put this guy's stuff on there. It'll sell, and it's awesome. So, all right, Bob. Thank you so much, man. Love you to death. I will
talk to you.
Same
here, buddy. Take care, Logan.
See you, bud. All right, guys, that's our show, man. I know it's short and sweet tonight, but it was good, and it was a good time. Bob's one of my favorite barbecue people, and love talking to Bob. I wasn't surprised at all when I saw him win the show, but yeah, great show. Always love talking to him. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. It means the world to me. I love hanging out with you guys, and I hope you guys love hanging out with me. As always, I'm going to shout out to our sponsors. Of course, you got Smoky Woods Barbecue and also the Barbecue Bus. Guys, make sure you check out Smoky Woods in your local Ace Hardware or anywhere they're sold. I use it every day on my grill. It's amazing flavor, amazing fuel, and even better people from the great state of Wisconsin. Spotted Cow people, it's always good. And also Barbecue Bus, man. Make sure you look for the label with the stripper and the chicken on there, because that's the good stuff. Beef Show is obviously one of my favorites, as is the Beef Show. But guys, love you guys so much, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you're having a great week and great year. And yeah, so that's it. Love you guys. I'll see you next week with another excellent guest. And that's it. So as always, when it comes to barbecue, make sure you're always right on cue. There you guys.
That's all, folks.